Hello, this is Sonia here with the Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today is Wednesday, and that means it's the stitch of the week. So today's stitch, I am going to be using a J hook or a 6mm hook, and this stitch is called the Larks Foot Stitch, and I've seen it on a couple other channels or on YouTube here and there. This is going to be my version of the Larks Foot Stitch. So to do this stitch, you are going to need to chain a multiple of 6 plus 3. Let's chain 21. Alright, so I've got my 21 chains here. So for row 1, this is going to be your setup row. So we are going to work a double crochet in the 4th chain from our hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And however you want to work in your chain, certainly feel free to do that. So I'm working my double crochet. So now our skip chain 3 counts as a stitch, so we have 2 stitches. So we want to have a total of 6. So we're going to work 4 more. And 6. So I've got my 6 stitches here. So now we are going to chain 1. You're going to skip 1 chain. And now we are going to double crochet in the next 5 chains. So you'll have a total of a group of 5. So right here we have a group of 6 double crochet, chain 1 space, and then you're going to have a group of 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 1 more for 5. And now we're going to chain 1 and skip. So I should have 6 chains left. So I'm going to work 6 double crochet in my last 6 chains. Now if you had a longer swatch, if you think of this, let's say you were making a large blanket. So what you would have is your 2 ends would be your 6 double crochet, and then you have your chain 1 space. Everything in the middle is going to be 5 double crochet, chain 1, 5 double crochet for however long your chain is. But mine is a shorter chain, so I'm just going to have 1 group of 5 double crochet. But you want your ends to be the 6, because this stitch here, this first stitch, will count as a border, so it just creates a little border there for you. Alright, so we're going to chain 1, skip this chain, and we're going to double crochet in the last 6 chains. And my chain, she's not looking cute. I keep reusing this yarn and it gets a little funky, but you can work with it. Oh, now the chain's straightening out, so sometimes it will straighten out. Also, I find when you're working with a larger hook, the chain, especially if your yarn is thinner, won't look as structured. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so we have completed row 1. So all of your odd rows for this particular stitch pattern is going to be your right side. All of your even rows is going to be the wrong side. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work. So you are going to single crochet in that first stitch, and we're going to continue to single crochet in the next 5. So you're going to have a total of 6 single crochet to start with. So now we're at our chain 1 space. So what you're going to do is all the chain 1 spaces, you're going to chain 1 space on top of each other for however long you want your swatch. So we're going to chain 1 and single crochet right in the next stitch. So you're going to work 5 single crochet on top of these double crochet. So if you have more groups of 5, then once you're going to come to your next chain 1 space, chain 1, skip that stitch, and then you would work in your next 5 for however long it is, but I'm already at the end, so I'm working in my 6 here. And then I'll work my single crochet on top of my skipped chain 3, or not, yeah, skip chain 3 to create my last stitch. All right, so there is my row 2, and that's the wrong side. So we're going to start row 3, which will be a right side, so chain 3. So this is going to be the start of the pattern. So the first 2 rows are your setups, and then you're going to be repeating, actually you'll be repeating rows 2 and 3 for however long you would want your swatch. Okay, our chain 3 here counts as a stitch, and we are going to work, the next stitches are going to be a combination, if you think of it as a combination of post stitches and together stitches or decrease stitches. So you're going to do a combination of those. So just kind of keep that in mind, and I will show you. So I have my yarn over around my hook. I'm going to insert my hook in my next chain, not in this first one because we've already created that stitch, and you're always going to have the same amount of stitches. I technically have 19 stitches, including these chain 2 spaces, but we'll say 17. But you're always going to have that same amount. So just keep that in mind. We're not adding any stitches. So I've got my yarn over. I'm going to insert my hook into my next stitch here. And just like you were working a double crochet, and I'm going to pull up a loop. So I've got my 3 loops on my hook, just like a regular double crochet. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through 2. So we're just going to leave these guys on there. They're going to hang out. Now we're going to yarn over twice, like we were starting a triple double or triple crochet now, but we're going to be working a post stitch. So you are going to be working in the 4th double crochet from row 1. So this counts as a stitch here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to work a post stitch or a beginning post stitch around that guy. So you're wrapping that around, and if you don't know how to do post stitches, I can put a link on how to do post stitches, and we're going to pull up a loop. So post stitches kind of give that 3D effect. It helps to pop that stitch out. Alright, so we're starting our beginning post stitch here. So now we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2 loops. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. So you're going to keep pulling through 2 loops till you have 3 loops. So this is sort of where I mean the together stitch or decrease. So now we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops to start off with. So we kind of combined this stitch and this one together. So now we need to go and work behind this post stitch. So I'm going to yarn over. We're going to double crochet in the next 3 unused stitches here. So you can just push this guy aside. Post stitches are very nice because they're very sturdy. So you can get a little rough with it. You don't have to worry about it messing up your work. So we're just going to work regular double crochet. So you can already see we worked in this one. So we're going to work in this guy here. So working 3. So there's the first one, second one, and the third one. Alright, so now we need to complete the rest of this. So we're going to yarn over twice. So we're going to do the same thing that we did here, but we're going to do it opposite. So we're going to yarn over twice first, and now we're going to work our post stitch right around this same stitch. So it's going to share. So you're going to wrap your hook around, and it should be easy to find because you already started it. Pull up your loop. Just like we were working a front post triple crochet. So yarn over, we're going to pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2 twice. So we have 2 loops on our hook. So now we need to complete this group of 6 stitches. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the very next unused stitch, pull up a loop, focus camera, thank you. So we have 4 loops. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. And now, just like a decrease, we're going to yarn over or together and pull through all 3 of that. So decrease and together stitches are the same. I learned them as decrease. The newer technology, newer crochet terms say together. But I've been crocheting for over 20 plus years, so you know, I call them decrease. All right, so we have completed our first lark's foot there. So now we are going to chain 1 and skip the stitch, the chain 1 space. So now we're going to repeat what we just did here, but only in this group of 5 stitches. And if you look here, we still have 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's easy to count because you can turn it and you can look at the tops there, and then you can see that you do indeed have 6. All right, so we're going to start the next set here. So we're yarning over, inserting our hook into the next single crochet, pulling up a loop, just like working a regular double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to let these guys stay on there. So now we yarn over twice. So instead of working in the 4th double crochet here, we are going to work in the 3rd one, so the center of the 5 there. So we're going to start our front post triple crochet, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 3 stitches left, yarn over, pull through those final 3. And now we are going to crochet a double crochet in the next 3 unused stitches. So this guy has already been used up, so we'll work a double crochet in this one. So 1, 2, and 3. So now we need to complete this last grouping here. So like I said, the opposite of this, yarn over twice, begin the front post triple crochet, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have the 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, we're going to insert it in this last unused single crochet of our 5 single crochet grouping, and we'll just yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to pull through the last 3 just like you would in a together stitch. And now we have our second lark's foot there. So we're going to finish up this row. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to just start all over, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we can yarn over twice. So we are going to go into the 3rd double crochet here, working our front post, beginning front post stitch. So pulling up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. So now we have our remaining 3 loops, and we'll pull through those last 3. So we'll go back, work our 3 double crochet in our unused loop. So just push that aside and find that stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3. So now we have 2 stitches left. So we are going to complete this guy. So yarn over twice, go right back around that post stitch, pull up, oops, come on, pull up your loop. So yarn over, pull through 2 twice, and we are going to go in the very next single crochet there, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's our remaining 3 stitches, pull through the last 3, and then your very last stitch you just work a regular double crochet because you want each end to look the same. So we have completed row 3. So we did a lot, but it's not too bad. And then now we're ready for row 4. That's an even row. That's the wrong side. Chain 1, turn, and we're going to single crochet in each stitch and work a chain 1 space over top of the previous chain 1 space. So once you get going with this, I think this stitch pattern would work up pretty quickly, and you could create a lot of neat projects with it. So there's our first chain 1 space, and I chained 1, skipped over it, and I'm just single crocheting in my next group of stitches there. So this is my group of 5. Chain 1 and single crochet. This is my last 6 stitches. and then we will chain 3 to start the next row. So what you're going to want to do is just continue to repeat rows 2 and 3 for however long you would want your swatch, and then I suggest working a single crochet row to finish her off. So I'm going to work a few more rows so you can see how this stitch looks. Actually, let me just show you because it might seem a little confusing because we've got these guys now. So we've chained 3. We're going to begin our next set of stitches. So just like you're going to double crochet, go right in there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're yarning over twice, and we are going to work in the 4th double crochet. So 1 or 4th stitch 1. This whole guy counts as a stitch 2, 3, 4, and it's really easy because it's going to be lining up with this one here. So this is the one we need to work in. So we're going to work that post stitch, pulling up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. There's our last 3, yarn over, pull through all the 3 of those guys. Then you're going to find your 3 stitches to work your 3 double crochet. So there's my second one, and there's my third one. So now we need to complete this guy. So we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to work around that post stitch, pull up our loop, so yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over. We're going to go in this last unused stitch here, right there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the final 3. So there is our first group there. So now we're going to chain 1, skip the next, and begin again. So yarn over, right in that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over twice, and we're going to go in that 3rd double crochet there, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 times, and we're going to pull through those final 3. And we're going to work our 3 double crochet. So 1. So it might seem like a lot, and I think if you're watching it, it could be a little overwhelming, but I suggest just picking up the hook and just start doing it. And then as you're doing it, it should make sense. So yarn over twice, work that beginning front post stitch, pull through 2 twice, and then there's your final stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through the 2. And so we're chaining 1, skipping the next chain 1 space, and we're going to go to the end here. So I'm going to go back, find my 3 stitches that I need to work. Or did I? I think I skipped one. So sometimes you do need to kind of push that guy aside and really take a look at what you're doing. I'm looking through the camera, so I think if I had it right on my lap, it would be a little easier. So if you are a beginner crocheter, this definitely would probably be very overwhelming, but if you're a little bit experienced and if you've definitely worked post stitches before, you shouldn't have any problem. Our yarn over twice, go right back around that stitch. Pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, second to our last stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through your final 3, and then you double crochet in your last stitch. Then you would work for row 6, chain 1 turn, single crochet across, and always work your chain 1 spaces over the previous ones, and you skip your chain 1 spaces. So I hope you enjoyed this stitch of the week, and I thank you so much for watching.